Have you ever wondered how the ancient empires rose to power and what caused their downfall? The world we live in today is a product of countless civilizations that have come before us, each with its own unique story of rise and fall. Empires that once seemed invincible, their names etched in the annals of history, their grandeur the stuff of legends. Imagine the sweeping landscapes of these ancient empires, their majestic cities teeming with life, the bustling markets, the grand palaces, the towering monuments. These were the heartbeats of civilizations that spanned continents, their influence extending far beyond their borders. These empires were not just about might and grandeur, though. They were complex social structures, intricate networks of politics, economics, and culture. They were driven by ambitious rulers, their vision, their charisma, their ability to unite people under a common banner. They were fueled by innovative technologies, strategic military tactics, and diplomatic alliances. But with power came the challenges of maintaining it. The very factors that contributed to their rise often sowed the seeds of their downfall. Internal strife, economic instability, external threats, all played their part in the narrative of their decline. Even the mightiest of empires were not immune to the inevitable cycle of rise and fall. Each empire left its mark on the world, influencing the course of history in its own unique way. They shaped cultures, languages, and ideologies, their legacy still evident in the world around us today. Yet, despite their grandeur and influence, there's an air of mystery that surrounds these ancient empires. So much of their story is lost in the sands of time, only fragments of their past surviving to give us a glimpse into their world. This makes them all the more fascinating, doesn't it? So, let's embark on a journey, a chronological voyage through the annals of history. We'll explore the rise and fall of these mighty empires, the epic battles fought under different emperors, the strengths that propelled them to greatness, and the weaknesses that led to their downfall. Join me as we delve into the captivating histories of these mighty civilizations. Our journey begins with the birth of the first empires. As dawn broke on the cradle of civilization, so too did the first empires rise. Imagine a time when the concept of a city, a kingdom, an empire was still novel. The Akkadian Empire, for one, sprang forth in the Fertile Crescent, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. It was a place where people learned to harness the power of the land, to grow crops, and to build the first cities. The Akkadians, led by Sargon the Great, carved out the world's first empire, a tapestry of diverse cultures and people, united under one rule. They introduced administrative systems, a postal service, and even a common language, paving the way for future empires. Simultaneously, in the land of the pharaohs, the Egyptian Old Kingdom was rising from the banks of the Nile. This was an empire that valued continuity and tradition, creating architectural marvels that still capture our imagination today. Their pyramids, their sphinxes, their obelisks are all testaments to their grandeur and their understanding of mathematics and engineering. The Egyptians were pioneers in governance and law, in writing and in art. They established a centralized state, a bureaucracy, and a system of taxation, all of which laid the groundwork for future states and empires. What led to the rise of these early empires? A combination of factors: geographic advantages, technological innovations, strong leadership, and the unification of diverse groups under a common cause. The Akkadian and Egyptian empires were not just political and military entities. They were crucibles of civilization, where ideas, cultures, and technologies mixed and evolved. Yet, just as they rose, these empires also faced challenges: internal strife, external threats, and the ever-changing dynamics of power and politics. Their struggles, their successes, and their failures all provide us with valuable insights into the nature of empires and the march of history. These empires set the stage for more to come, each with their unique strengths and weaknesses. And as we delve deeper into the annals of time, we'll see how these early empires influenced those that followed, shaping the course of history in profound and lasting ways. As we progress, we reach the golden age of empires. Let's turn our gaze to two titans of the ancient world, the Roman and Persian empires. Each empire, in its own right, stood at the pinnacle of civilization, marking an era of unprecedented prosperity and advancement. The Roman Empire, a beacon of power and refinement, reached its zenith under the rule of Trajan. Its territories stretched from the sun-drenched sands of Africa to the fog-shrouded forests of Britain. A sophisticated network of roads connected the far-flung regions, facilitating trade and communication. The Romans were master builders, their grand aqueducts and amphitheaters standing as testaments to their architectural prowess. Meanwhile, in the east, the Persian Empire was thriving under Cyrus the Great. This empire, with its awe-inspiring palaces and lush gardens, was an epitome of luxury and sophistication. The Persians were known for their tolerance and diplomacy. They respected the customs and religions of their subjects, which in turn fostered loyalty and peace within their vast territories. Both empires saw epic battles that tested their mettle. The Romans, with their disciplined legions and strategic brilliance, triumphed in the Punic Wars. The Persians, on the other hand, showcased their indomitable spirit in the Battle of Marathon, even in the face of defeat. These empires owe their success to their formidable leaders, military strategies, and cultural advancements. The Romans, with their legal innovations, laid the groundwork for modern law. The Persians, with their efficient administrative system, set a precedent for future empires. Their achievements in art, science, and philosophy continue to influence contemporary society. The golden age of these empires was a time of enlightenment, a period when the human spirit soared and the seeds of civilization took root. But as history shows us, even the mightiest empires have their fall. Now we turn to the inevitable downfall. As the sun sets on every day, so does it set on the reign of empires. The Roman and Persian empires, two of the most influential powers of the ancient world, are prime examples of this universal truth. The fall of these titans was not sudden, but a gradual process, a slow erosion brought on by a complex tapestry of internal and external factors. The Roman Empire, once the epitome of magnificence, began to crumble under its own weight. Internally, political instability and corruption gnawed at its core. The throne became a game of musical chairs, with emperors rising and falling in quick succession. The economy too was in shambles, with inflation soaring and trade dwindling. Externally, the relentless pressure from barbarian invasions proved too much to bear. The Visigoths, the Vandals, and the Ostrogoths each played a part in chipping away at this once indomitable empire. Similarly, the Persian Empire, a beacon of culture and sophistication, fell prey to its own weaknesses. Much like Rome, internal strife played a crucial role. The later rulers lacked the wisdom and the vision of their illustrious predecessors. They indulged in opulence and neglected the needs of their people, leading to widespread discontent. Externally, the empire faced fierce resistance from the Greek city-states, and later, the unstoppable tide of Islamic conquests. The mighty Persian Empire, once the jewel of the East, was reduced to a shadow of its former glory. Yet in the grand tapestry of history, these falls were not mere ends, but the beginnings of new chapters. The fall of Rome paved the way for the rise of the Byzantine Empire, while the fall of Persia set the stage for the Islamic Golden Age. The fall of these empires marked the end of an era, but it was not the end of empire building. The sun may set, but it also rises again, bringing with it a new day, a new era, and in the context of our story, new empires. With the fall of the old, new empires rise from the ashes. As the dust settled on the ruins of the ancient empires, the world didn't stand still. Enter the Ottoman Empire, a powerhouse that emerged out of the small Anatolian kingdom of Osman I. Its rise to prominence was no accident. The Ottomans were strategic, utilizing their geographic position at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa to their advantage. They established control over key trade routes, amassing wealth and power, while their military might, bolstered by the formidable Janissary Corps, spread fear in the hearts of their enemies. Their achievements were not only military. Under their rule, arts and culture flourished. The architectural marvels they left behind, such as the Hagia Sophia, turned into a mosque, and the Topkapi Palace speak volumes about their grandeur. They were a beacon of Islamic learning and culture, attracting scholars, artists, and poets from around the world. Parallelly, on the other side of the continent, another empire was making its mark, the Mongols. Led by the charismatic and ruthless Genghis Khan, they carved out the largest contiguous land empire in history. Their rise was fueled by a combination of military genius, technological innovation, and psychological warfare. The Mongols were mobile, agile, and relentless. They brought a wave of change, connecting the East and the West through trade and diplomacy, and their Pax Mongolica, or Mongol peace, brought about an era of relative peace and stability. However, their rule was marked by brutal conquests and mass destruction, a testament to their fierce and unforgiving nature. Their legacy, though marred by violence, has shaped the course of history in irrevocable ways. These empires, the Ottomans and the Mongols, rose from humble beginnings to become superpowers of their time. They changed the world, leaving indelible marks on the tapestry of history. These empires enjoyed their time in the sun, but like their predecessors, they too had their downfall. Every empire has its sunset. As we delve into the annals of history, we find that even the most formidable empires have met their decline. Today, we shall explore the fall of the Ottoman and Mongol empires, two giants that once held the world in their grip. The Ottoman Empire, a power that stretched across 3 continents, began its descent in the late 17th century. The empire's strength lay in its military prowess, but over time its armies began to falter. The Janissaries, the Ottomans' elite infantry, became politically powerful, often staging coups that destabilized the empire. Coupled with the empire's inability to modernize its military to match the technological advancements of Europe, the Ottoman Empire was set on a path of irreversible decline. Meanwhile, the Mongol Empire, once the largest contiguous land empire in history, was facing its own challenges. It was an empire built on horseback, its strength derived from the unmatched mobility and speed of its cavalry. However, the vastness of the empire proved to be its Achilles heel. With territories spanning from Eastern Europe to East Asia, maintaining control and communication proved near impossible. Furthermore, the Mongols' tradition of electing leaders resulted in frequent power struggles and civil wars. The empire was divided into several khanates, each ruled by a different descendant of Genghis Khan. These divisions sowed the seeds of the empire's downfall as the khanates turned against each other, leading to the eventual dissolution of the Mongol Empire. Both the Ottoman and Mongol empires demonstrate that uncontrolled power, internal strife, and failure to adapt to changing times can lead to an empire's downfall. They were formidable, they were vast, and they were influential, but they were not invincible. And so ended another chapter in the history of empires. The sun set on these once mighty powers, leaving behind a legacy of conquest, culture, and cautionary tales for the empires that would follow in their footsteps. The empires may have fallen, but their impact is still felt today. Each empire, in its rise and fall, has left indelible marks on the canvas of history. Their legacies are etched into the architectural wonders, the societal norms, the languages we speak, and even in the way we think. Consider the Roman Empire, for instance. Its legal system forms the bedrock of many modern judicial systems. Concepts like innocent until proven guilty and equality before the law find their roots in Roman jurisprudence. The empire's architectural prowess still stands tall in the form of the Colosseum, aqueducts and roads that span the continent, setting the stage for modern infrastructure. Then, there's the Persian Empire, known for its administrative genius. The empire's efficient system of satrapies, or provinces, governed by satraps or governors, influenced the administrative structures of countless future states. Their royal road, a marvel of ancient engineering, facilitated not only trade, but also quick communication across the vast empire. The legacy of the Mongol Empire too cannot be overlooked. They revolutionized warfare with their horse archers and light cavalry, tactics that continue to inspire military strategies. The Silk Road flourished under their reign, promoting cultural exchange and trade that shaped the world as we know it. And let's not forget the Mauryan Empire of ancient India. Ashoka's edicts, inscribed on pillars and rocks across the country, espouse values like tolerance, kindness, and respect for all life, principles that resonate even today. These are but a few examples. Each empire, in its unique way, molded the world, leaving a lasting legacy long after their fall. They provided the building blocks for modern civilization, influencing everything from our systems of governance to our cultural practices. These ancient empires may be gone, but they are far from forgotten. Their echoes reverberate through the corridors of time, reminding us of our shared history and the enduring power of human civilization. Our journey through the rise and fall of ancient empires comes to an end. We've traversed the sands of time, witnessed the dawn of empires, and basked in their golden age. We've stood at the precipice of their might, only to watch them crumble under their own weight. But from their ashes, new empires rose, their flames flickering brightly, only to be extinguished once again. Through their stories, we've learned of the power of unity, the peril of hubris, and the inevitable ebb and flow of power. We've seen the indelible mark each empire has left on the world, shaping societies, cultures, and the course of human history. Our journey may have ended, but the lessons we've gathered are timeless. They are reminders of our past, signposts for our present, and guides for our future. Remember, history has a way of repeating itself. By understanding the past, we can better navigate the future,